collecting all the stuff, so put it away to save the corals and everything. It was like, wow, like the people who really are interested and do like divings or studying something related to the ocean, it's like, wow, we have to really take care about it, because it's a whole new ecosystem. It's the balance, literally. So like that message, it hit me. I basically searching motivation like with the nature. Some people like go search it for a quote or focus like having like an idol or something. But I just go like, I drink my coffee and I just go to the window or drink it outside. I'm like, wow, it's pretty nice to be here. So my motivation is in nature, basically.
So, thanks for joining me today. To get started, let's have you tell everyone your name, where you're from, and what you're up to.
Well, my name is Milex Mabel Valentine. I am from here, a local from Puerto Rico, but in the town called San Sebastian.
Okay, awesome. And so let's tell everyone what this beautiful mermaid tail is and how you got into this.
Well, I started, since little, I've been doing like boogie and snorkel.
Okay.
I lived here in Aguadilla like for around 3 years.
Okay.
But then I just moved back to my hometown. So I stopped like playing at the beach and something like that. So last year I did an internship.
Okay.
An internship with Amandoceano.
Okay.
It's an association that is from my college in Rum, Mayagüez.
Okay.
So I did an internship over there with the departments in South Marina.
Okay.
So it was like a very intense 8 days, because I had like workshops. I had to go to the ocean and look from some muestras. Samples, and doing collections of fishes and identifying corals. So I started back there then. It was pretty scary, because it's been a long time since I was in the ocean that deep, but I managed it.
Okay.
And I started looking for more information about the ocean, and I loved it. It was so peaceful.
Okay.
So in Rincon, there's this woman I know. She's called Lebane.
Okay.
She's my instructor from Padi. She's doing this mermaid.
Ah, cool.
I did my mermaid basic. I'm starting to do my mermaid so I can do the advanced mermaid.
Wow. Okay, so tell me about that. I'm familiar with Padi, and I think a lot of people are. It's a scuba diving certification.
Yes.
So do you get your basic scuba diving certification, and then this is an additional certification on top of it, or is it separate?
No, it's separate.
Okay.
Like I said, I started like snorkeling.
Yeah.
But I know how to swim and everything. But you can do like diving or mermaid, but it's completely separate.
Ah, okay.
So I started with the basics to then go to the next level.
Okay, so tell us what is included in the learnings of the mermaid.
Okay, well, there's a mermaid course that I had to take an exam. The instructor are going to give you like the link, and you have to create your account on Padi. So I created my account and I started to do the exam. So then I can do the practice in the water.
Okay. And so after the practice, what do you have to do to finish? What are the kind of tests that you have to pass?
Well, the exam is pretty easy to pass, because it's like, if you are like me, like pretty cautious with everything, so it's like, oh, so this is safety. So you cannot practice mermaid alone. You have to have a safety buddy, sort like diving and snorkel just in case something happens. But it's pretty cool.
Okay.
You see a lot of creatures over there.
That's so
You
fun.
make friends.
Yeah. What are some of the coolest animals that you've seen in the water?
Wow. I would like to say like a Mermaid. It was in crash boat.
Okay.
I also saw, my longest dip has been like 15, 17 dip.
Okay.
But I saw sea turtle. I was like, oh, what is that? So I went farther and I was pretty far from the group and I was like, oh my God, I should swim back.
Yeah, you get like distracted and you realize, oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
So do you have like any goal for any depth you want to be able to get to, or you're just open?
I'm just open.
Okay.
I just go with the flow.
Okay.
But I would like to go like 20.
Okay.
20 feet.
And how long will you have to be able to hold your breath to go to that depth?
Well, since I'm starting, I have been doing this like a year, but it's like in a gap.
Okay.
Because I'm studying still.
Yeah.
But I've been like 2 minutes.
Okay,
underwater.
wow.
So I think that's good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I surf here actually a lot. And when I get, pinned down by waves, sometimes I'm like 30 seconds feels like a lifetime.
Yes. I know.
So I can't imagine going for 2 minutes in the water.
Yeah.
That's really cool though. So how did you discover this mermaid path and what made you interested?
Well, since little, I loved Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So I've been like pretty psycho about it, not in a toxic way. But it was pretty interesting.
Sorry, se ve conocida, pero I don't know. I love your tail.
Gracias.
We have some admirers admiring the beautiful tail for everyone.
So since little, I love the mermaid things, and it's like a therapy for me.
Okay.
So I started wandering and searching. So, but like I said early, like last year was a boom for me.
Okay.
So that's when I got like really deep web searching for this.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend is a diver. He's a certified diver. So I like starting searching around Padi, and I saw the mermaid. I was like, I love mermaids.
Yeah.
Like I have to be one.
That's amazing. I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah. So Julia is from Rincon.
Okay.
She's like in the store called Rincon Snorkel and Diving.
Okay.
So that's why I contacted her.
Okay.
So from Mayagüez, like drove
Yeah, not
and
too
started talking to her.
far. Okay. So how often do you go to Rincon to train or practice?
Well, like we just schedule both.
Okay.
Because she has another client and I'm studying, so we like maybe we can go like weekends, early in the morning, so we can like enjoy the day and everything.
Yeah, make a day out of it.
Yes.
So when you are swimming in the water, how long do you typically stay in, and is it more tiring or less tiring swimming this way?
Well, it's pretty tiring.
Okay.
Because you have to swim like from the shore to the pier.
Okay.
But I do it with my instructor.
Okay.
Like she like pulls me.
Okay.
And I swim, but I would like, it's like, I know it's pretty hard, so I help her with the swimming.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But the practice takes like 2 or 3 hours, depending on how you are. Because I know she understands like you don't want to be exploded.
Yeah.
Since you have to like from your lungs, it's everything like you have to be in peace.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Swimming, it like feels like you're not working out because you can't feel yourself sweating or anything, but then you get out and you're like, oh my gosh.
I'm so tired,
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, tired cow. That's so true.
Yes.
So before you said you were doing boogie boarding and snorkeling, and you've been doing that since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is the experience of this different from those other activities?
Well, those activities are pretty different because that's on the surface, or at least that's how I practice.
Yeah.
And with the mermaid, like you have to do like the dog dive, like it's
Okay.
and you have to get like a good impulse so you can go.
Okay.
So the movement with the snorkel is more like with the feet, you go this.
Okay.
But in the mermaid, it's all about the hips.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it gets pretty tired and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I bet. Are you really sore after you practice?
My feet.
Your feet?
Yeah,
okay.
my feet got pretty sore, so it's like,
Okay.
you have
And
to
not
massage
like
them.
your abs or like your like center part of your body too much.
For me, no.
No. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that actually.
But it gave me a lot of cramps when I'm in the water because the movement of the feet are like this.
Okay.
And you're used to it to do this movement, but with the tail, like it's too tight.
Yeah, to
So-
move at all.
Like so you can see.
Okay, so it's more coming from like
Yeah,
your
it's from
ankles.
the ankles and the hip.
Okay. So interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So your instructor, how long has she been teaching this for?
I mean, she became an instructor from Mermaid. I think it's in Cozumel, Mexico.
Oh.
She did it over
okay.
there. And then she went here to live with her husband.
Okay.
And she has been doing these classes over the year. I think she's been here in Puerto Rico like for 5 years, I think.
Okay.
So I pretty much been her first student.
Okay.
I motivated her.
Yeah.
Like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
I want to be a mermaid. You're a mermaid. Come on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And since you started, has anyone else joined? Like, do you have other people in your group that you're training with?
I trained with a girl, but she was like a diver.
Oh, okay.
So she already had like this new knowledgement that I didn't have.
Gotcha.
And not gonna lie, I feel like a little backed out, but I was like, she's a diver. She's has more experience than me. I'm starting, so I don't
Yeah.
have to feel bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you, when you like encounter something that's really challenging like that, what is your kind of inspiration to like push through that and, you know, combat that like inner critic?
Yeah. Well, I have a really tough life, so I was like, if I pass through this, like from all my life, I say like, if I survive that, I can do this. Like the only person that puts your limit is yourself.
Yeah.
So even I am pretty scared person. Like I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of the ocean. But I'm like,
you're scared of the ocean.
I'm scared of the ocean. Not gonna lie.
Never would in a million years guess that. That's amazing.
And I'm a mermaid, right?
That's incredible.
But I'm like, if other person can do it, why not? So I'm gonna say this in Spanish, para que otra persona me lo diga, lo hago yo.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're gonna subtitle that because I feel like it sounds better without translating. I mean, really when you think about it, the only thing that's holding you back from doing something is your own thoughts about not being able
Exactly.
to do it.
Yes.
So if you are determined to do it for yourself, then that's like when you switch your mind, that's it.
Yeah, because I see a lot of videos like in the ocean, like everybody like doing their scuba diver or mermaids or something like that. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. And like, we only live once. We have to, we are young. We can do everything. If you're healthy, just do it.
Do it, yeah. That's so true. I actually similarly was very afraid of the ocean before I started
Really?
scuba diving. That was like the only thing I was afraid of. It was like deep open water and jellyfish.
Yeah.
And then I was
Okay.
like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to scuba dive. And I was so scared that when I went to the open water to do like the final test,
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have a panic attack. And then I did it and it was fine. And now I'm a surfer and I'm in the water every day, like, you know, hanging out with turtles and,
pretty
you know,
cool.
hitting the reef or whatever. And yeah, like it's funny when you just change your mind about something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, I can do that. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, actually a funny story, when my boyfriend was doing his exam from the rescue diver, I was the dummy. So I have to jump from the pier and crash boat. That was my first time like jumping the pier in my life. I was like, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna die. Here's like 4 rescue divers. Everything's gonna be fun, you know?
Yeah, like what better place to fall in the water than surrounded by rescue divers?
You better rescue me.
Yeah. If you don't rescue me, it's over.
Basically.
This is a true test of our relationship. And if you're gonna be a rescue diver or not, so 2 for 1, really.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was pretty cool.
So he passed the exam,
He
obviously.
passed the exam, yeah. He passed both the exams.
Good, we're happy about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool, so I guess what is like next for you in terms of your progression with being a mermaid?
Well, being a mermaid here in Puerto Rico, like, there's nothing I can do. Except if I go to another place. I don't think in Puerto Rico has it, like, go through the mermaid instructor. I think I have to go to Mexico and consummate.
Okay.
But my plans is like, it's just doing for me for therapy.
Okay.
Honestly, for the moment. But hey, you never know. Maybe I could be like a Padi instructor mermaid, or
Totally, yeah.
open a bar for aquatics and do the mermaid, like in Disney or something.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so I'm really open about it.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that you had said when you were younger you were really obsessed with Little Mermaid, so naturally I have to ask you, have you seen the new movie?
I saw it yesterday.
Okay.
I was like, oh man, I have to see it.
Yeah, what did you think?
It was pretty good. I really loved it.
Yeah?
It changed about like a lot of things, but it's new.
Okay.
So I think like for me, and especially like millennials, it's pretty hard to like separate the new from the old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this one, it was pretty cool. It had like a really good message.
Okay. What was the thing that you took away from it that was the most positive?
When I think it was Neptune, when he said like humans are like animals, are pretty savage, and when the part when the shipwreck, they were like collecting all the stuff, so put it away, so save the corals and everything. It was like, wow, like the people who really are interested and do like divings or studying something related to the ocean, it's like, wow, we have to really take care about it, because it's a whole new ecosystem. Mm-hmm. It's the balance, literally. So like that message, it hit me.
Okay. In terms of being in the ocean and like appreciation for the ocean, how has that changed for you since you've been, you know, diving more and, you know, being underwater instead of on top of the water?
Well, I always been like pretty concerned about the nature. I always like try to recycle. I try to eat healthy, but like being in this mermaid, like I've been more cautious about the sunblock, the clothes, the products that I've been using, some makeups and everything. Like everything has changed around me.
Okay.
I've been more conscious about it.
Yeah, there are a lot of products that we use that contribute to the degradation of marine life, especially like coral bleaching.
Yes.
And I think a lot of divers have seen the change for that, which is a really sad thing. So
it is.
It's nice. I think it's important for people to get underwater because it is different being on top and being closer to the actual ecosystem, and you see when you're up here, you can't tell like what's going on in there, so it's hard to understand like, oh, if I use this sunblock, like it's gonna hurt the stuff down there. But once you get down there, you see, oh, like things are dying, and I'm contributing to it.
Yeah.
So, what are some products that you've changed to that are more friendly?
Well, the sunblock was like a pretty hard for me, because I was used to some brands, and then I recently discovered like Rubber Ducky.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good sunblock.
Okay.
And it's like reef safe, ocean safe. So
we're definitely gonna check that out.
With that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, good recommendation. I will look at that. Obviously, being out here in Puerto Rico, you need a lot of sunblock.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sun to be had. So, in terms of inspiration, where do you look for different things to inspire you to continue your journey and kind of motivate you?
Well, I basically search motivation like with the nature. Some people like go search it for a quote or focus like having like an idol or something. But I just go like, I drink my coffee and I just go to the window or drink it outside. I'm like, wow, it's pretty nice to be here. So my motivation is the nature basically.
Okay, awesome. If you can think of any, I guess like advice that anyone has given you that's really stuck with you or you go back to a lot, what do you think would be the most important advice that you can remember that you...
Well, I don't know if it's an advice, but my dad always told me this, and it's like a refrán. And it says like this in Spanish: el amor y el interés fueron al campo un día, y fue más por el interés que por el amor que le tenía. So every time in every position, like I try to apply it for everything. It's like if it's interest or it's love.
Okay.
So I just go like lust or love. I will go more for love.
Okay. Interesting. So you basically are doing like a little bit of a check before you do something to make sure you're doing it with the right intention.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really nice.
So that's always sticking in my head.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you're driving and you're putting your blinker on, you're like, wait, why am I doing the left blinker when I'm turning right? No, I gotta go this way. That's really nice. Okay. So what advice would you give other people who are interested in doing mermaid lifestyle or, you know, being in the ocean or, you know, anything related to what you're...
I mean, I always say like go always search for information. Like search for, if you want to do something, I think you should always do like the pre. Like if you want to do diving, just do the discover diving. I did first the discover mermaid, but I always knew I wanted to be a mermaid, but I was just pretty making sure about it. Yeah, okay. So it's like go to the preview and just go for it.
Okay, awesome. So I think we'll kind of, if you could wrap up and summarize what you want others to take away from you, your knowledge, your learnings, your skills, what would you want to share with everyone?
Well, I know it's pretty hard, but sometimes we are afraid to do something and we feel stuck. But I think it's important that embrace it. Like if you feel stuck, like that could be your really motivation. Yeah. Like I just compared, like also do a comparison with the bird in a cage. Like, do you want to be that or you want to be free? Because the fear is the cage. Yeah. And you are the bird. So you have to embrace, you have to fly, you have to experience everything. Just do it with your heart, honestly. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so my last question for you, this is a curveball, but I ask everyone. When you go to the airport for a trip, who is your ride to the airport? Who's my ride to the airport? Well, I only flew like 3 times, and it was on the bus, so
Okay. So who's your ride to the bus stop then?
some family member that I paid
Yeah.
for. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I normally go in an Uber, so no one cool, but
Yeah.
whoever is around to graciously accept the task of taking me.
But most probably it's something random that, oh, I fly like in 4 hours. Can you drop me to the airport, please?
Yeah. I'm actually leaving now. Can you just be here now?
Basically, yeah. I will pay you coffee, you know?
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for
I really
having me.
appreciate it, and thank you for setting up in this beautiful location.
Yay.
Okay. Awesome.